Damn, bad code. I can't think of any combination. I hope the professor didn't just choose random numbers. Holds tight. I think I'll leave it where it is. Some kind of an old prize. I guess the professor must have been a top scientist too. The small letters say the year 2013. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely something important. I don't know what it is, but I can't think of any combination. I hope the professor didn't just choose random numbers. Great! Now I can see what the professor was hiding in there. Fiolex employee card. The kind only important people get. The professor's not going to need it anymore. Professor's personal documents. The rest is probably completely useless. I'll just leave it here. Fiolex entry pass of Professor Petrenko. Poster reminds me of something. An old movie, maybe? I think it's coming off. I'll try to straighten it up a bit. Horror show! I'll be damned. The poster wasn't just decoration. The professor was a prudent guy. The video camera is homemade, but it's useful as a spying glass. Hopefully something useful is recorded on the disc, and I'll be able to play it. I wouldn't be surprised if the professor encrypted it. Anyway, Petrenko's murderer should be recorded here. I'll leave it here. A recording from the hidden camera monitoring the professor's apartment, and hopefully proof of my innocence. Bingo! I wasn't the last person who saw the professor alive. I don't care who that woman is. I just hope this will make good enough proof.
So, have you decided you want to die?
I don't think so. I have proof I wasn't the last one speaking with the professor.
What proof?
This one. It's a recording from...
Shut up, I'm not blind. Ah, an old friend of mine. I know this girl a little already. So you're not the murderer after all. What a shame. I hoped I'd be able to do away with the crackpot who killed the professor myself. But what can I do? Let's go upstairs instead of standing here in the middle of the warehouse. So you want to become part of the resistance, to fight the establishment.
Exactly.
Considering you found that proof, you're probably worth cooperating with. I had a feeling you didn't murder him, but I had no evidence to the contrary. Anyway, let's get to the point. The resistance fights the establishment with its bare hands. We don't have androids, we don't have equipment, we don't have anything. Andorra, Theolux, the state, they all go for our throats.
But the fellow from the bar thinks the state is fine.
Yes, but times are changing. The state's probably starting to suspect something, so it's trying to protect its position. Let's continue. So we have to help ourselves. Andorra's planning something right now, but nobody knows what. It's known that Andorra is halting some of its constructions though, and it seems quite strange. Theolux isn't exactly innocent either, but we'll keep that for another time. And in the first place, you have to find some documentation from the construction. Anything you can lay your hands on. Now you'll have to get inside their local office somehow, but all in secret. If something happens to you, or someone catches you, it will be the end.
But I don't have...
The card, I know. Now you have one. Go and do what is needed. Don't return here until you have all the documents. Do you have any questions?
Who are you?
Look, when you're here longer, you will get to know two things. The first one is my name, and the second one is that names aren't important at all. Until then, you can call me No Name.
What are Andorra and Theolux planning?
Do you think that if we knew we would be sending you out spying? We don't know yet, and you'll have to find out.
It doesn't seem like a simple matter to me. Why are you sending me?
They already know most of us. They have us recorded on cameras. We cannot get inside as easily as you can.
Well, I should go. I've got enough information for now.
I think so too. Now get out of here and don't return without those documents. And I probably don't have to remind you that if you say a word about any of this to anybody, you'll end up with a hole in your head, or worse. Actually, wait a minute. I can give you this useful toy.
What is it?
The only thing I can give you that can help you in your mission. An EMP gun. It can paralyze an android or anything electronic for a while. The android won't know that it's been paralyzed, but be careful so that nobody else sees you.
And what happens if I use it on something different than an android?
Can't tell you. It can do a different thing every time.
Thanks. I think it could be useful. I have to watch my tongue. Otherwise, I'll end up in the police station, and that would be the end. Considering he's a well-paid clerk with a simple job, he looks pretty angry. Hello.
Hello, what can I do for you?
I'd like to be assigned to Endora as an employee.
One more time, please.
I'd like to.
All right, so I understood it right. Where are you employed?
Nowhere just now.
I see. But how come you still have a card?
I was sacked because there was no work for me. But I'd worked hard, so they let me keep the card.
That's possible. And where did you work?
For Theolex.
Well, there's quite a large personal turnover there. That's right, they don't take good care of their people.
Pardon?
Never mind. I have some experience of my own. Anyway, I can't assign you anywhere now. We don't have any job openings. I'm sorry.
Roman Petra, work assignment officer. Those state employees. He even checks his personal email on the office server. I can see Endora has been sacking more people than ever. The problem is, most of the people only find out the morning they don't let them come back to work. The clerk spoke quite strangely about Theolex. Maybe it's somehow connected with the mass layoff. I'll read the lists of fired personnel carefully. Let's see. There's a card number in the list that doesn't look like a slums number. His leaving papers are effective from tomorrow. That means he has to return his card tomorrow. From someone from the management? It must be worse than death. Actually, he isn't good at anything. And won't be able to get home either.
It's you again?
May I ask you about your experience with Theolex?
I don't see why I should tell you.
I worked there for some time. I had a bad experience with them too.
And what?
They accused me falsely. In fact, I don't even know what allegedly I did or didn't do.
Mongrels! Yeah, they do that to almost everybody. My son's in the same situation, and I fear what they're gonna do to him. Will they fire him, take his card, or kill him outright? Look, you want to get into Endora, right? And what are you ready to do for that job?
Anything.
I'm glad to hear that. So, listen, if you can get into Theolex and delete all the information about the allegation of my son, you'll be assigned to Endora in no time. And now go away, lest they start suspecting us. They don't like me much here.
We are a company with years of experience. Professor Petrenko came up with the idea of creating the corporation from which Theolex rose. Before the war, we only had one branch, but android manufacturing made us what we are now. There is no town you wouldn't find us in. There's no household without a product of ours. We rose from technology, and we create technology. Eh? Why all the elevated talk? Through the main gate, and around a guard post, and across a ray field? I can't pass here.